Hi, my name is Dr. John Douillard. I want to talk to you today about how to perfect your digestion with food. This is part of a series of articles and videos I did on perfecting digestion with food, lifestyle, and herbs. And here at LifeSpa.com, we're all about taking the ancient principles of natural medicine and proving them with modern science. If we can find something that's been around for 1,000 years or 100 years, time tested, and we can then find science to back it up, we want to talk about it, we want to write about it, and we definitely should be at least looking at that as a possibility. Today, our topic is perfecting digestion with food. There's 5 basic subjects that I want to cover. The first one is the #1 surgery, elective abdominal surgery today in America, gallbladder surgery. We have to save the gallbladder. And there are herbs that are called cholagogues, ones that clean out the liver and the gallbladder. The gallbladder, in fact, there's a medical term called bile sludge, which literally congests the liver and the gallbladder. And the gallbladder is the kingpin of digestive strength. If you don't have any bile, it's a Pac-Man gobbling up toxins. You don't detoxify well. It's a buffer for the acid. If the stomach eats a ham sandwich and says, I need some bile to neutralize all this acid, and the bile is congested with sludge, your stomach eventually will stop producing the acid or give you heartburn because the acid will stay in your stomach too long. Very simple and very logical. So things to do to help decongest your liver and your gallbladder, foods that I really love, things like fenugreek tea with your meal increases the contractibility of your gallbladder by 75%. Turmeric, and a spice been used for 1,000 years, increases the contractibility of the gallbladder by 50%. Very, very important. Also, cholagogues like beets and apples and celery are wonderful ways to start the day with breakfast. You can juice them or blend them or boil them or mash them any way you want to do with them. But those are going to help get that liver and that gallbladder decongested for you. Very, very important for us to start the day. And really good fats like chia seeds and flaxseed oils. And if you have the ability to digest fat and you don't have problems, a little bit of coconut oil, a little bit of ghee. We can amp that up only after we've reset the ability to digest fats again. You can't just go taking a ton of fat back into your diet because the processed foods and the fats of the preservatives in them have congested our livers and our gallbladders to such an extent that even good fats now can cause problems. So be careful. Don't just go taking the bandwagon and eating a ton of fat. The next thing is your lymphatic system, which lines your whole intestinal tract. In fact, recently, the mesentery, which is predominantly lymph around your whole intestinal tract, has been deemed its own organ. They actually call it the 79th organ of the body. It regulates your immunity, it detoxifies you, it delivers energy. You ever feel tired after a meal? Like a food coma? This is because the fats that you're digesting with your bile are trying to get into your cells via your lymphatic system, but the road's blocked and the fats get stuffed into your fat cells around your belly and give you belly fat. That's what happens. So we want to decongest the lymphatic system so those lymphs can carry the triglyceride fats to your cells to give you the energy you need to feel good, right? That's what's trying to happen. So things that get your lymph to move: exercise, huge. Water, hydration, sipping hot water, drinking copious amounts of water. 8 to 10 glasses is enough for a day, but they stay hydrated. It's very, very important for your lymph. Alkaline foods, your leafy green foods, very important for your lymphatic system. And then, of course, the big one are the red foods, the dyes, the things that actually dye your skin, like berries and cherries and pomegranates and beets and cranberries. Any food that has this red or blackberry or blueberry or blue that's going to dye or spill all over you and make your shirt red or stain it is a natural lymphatic mover because it has loads of antioxidants, which the science shows works through your lymphatic system. So all those great strategies. And of course, in the article, I go into more detail about these things as well. Second thing is your microbiome, right? Your intestinal skin has to be healthy. Your intestinal skin is like the 3 little bears. Can't be too dry, can't be too wet. It's got to be just right. And if it isn't just right, bad things happen. And what happens is you either get dry, constipated, produce reactive mucus, which flatten out the villi, bog down assimilation, bog down absorption, and bog down detoxification. So getting your microbiome right is really important. And my favorite way to do that is by getting the bugs from the soil onto the plants, into your mouth, into your stomach, into your gut in a seasonal way. So we should be thinking about eating seasonal foods that are organic, that have the bugs on them. Thinking about taking organic herbs that are whole herbs versus extracts, because herbal extracts are sterile. They don't have any bugs in them. And those bugs are important. We need to create more microbial diversity in our gut. And that diversity should shift gently, beautifully, naturally in every season. That makes sense? So how do you do that? Well, I wrote a book called The 3-Season Diet, but I don't know if people got the importance of that message, so I took that information and we publish a monthly free grocery list for every month of the year, a recipe list for every month of the year for free, and a superfood list for every month of the year. And in the summer and spring, we publish an edible flower list where you can actually find out what flowers are in bloom in June, July, August, September, what they do, how to eat them, and all that. How cool is that, right? And that's all for free. That's part of our 3-Season Diet Challenge. Go to my website at lifespa.com, get that for free. You don't want to miss that. It's a valuable amount of information. It's all for free, just so we can motivate people to start getting their bugs to change and get the right bugs in their gut at the right time of the year. Really important. Okay, liver congestion. When the bile gets thick, everything backs up into the liver and creates liver congestion, fatty livers, things like that. So we have to detoxify your liver. And a lot of liver cleanses are now popping up on the website, on the web these days. And be careful, because they're not as safe as people say they are. They can be miraculous. And I wrote an ebook, again for free, called the Safe Liver Cleansing ebook. And it takes you step by step through a 1-month protocol to make sure that it's safe for you to do the bile flush or the liver cleanse that we taught, that's been around for 30 years. I learned that way back in school in the early 1980s, and have been using it on my patients ever since. It's the Epsom salt, olive oil, grapefruit juice, liver bile flush. And you can read about that on my website at lifespa.com. And go to the ebook section where there's a bunch of free ebooks there. And the one is called the Safe Liver Cleansing ebook. So learn about that. And the 1-month protocol is just super good for your liver anyway. Most people, once they do the 1-month protocol, they feel fantastic. They don't even need to do the liver flush. So, and then oftentimes I never need to prescribe it. But at least now you have something to give you a strategy to make sure that you're not putting yourself in harm's way by doing a liver flush like that. Last but not least is your stomach acid, right? Once you increase the bile flow, once the liver starts making more bile, that means you have a buffer for the acid. But now we got to turn the stomach acid back on. A lot of people, what's happened is when you have congested liver and gallbladder function, the stomach says, man, I just ate a ham sandwich. I sent an email for 4 ounces of bile. I got nothing. I heard nothing from them. So the stomach said, I'll just hold on to the acid. They'll get it together in a few minutes. You'll watch. They'll come. Bile will kick in. The light will turn green. We can let all the acid leave the stomach and continue digesting. It never happens. So the stomach holds on to the acid, starts to irritate, burn your stomach lining, and creates real problems, acid reflux issues. And the stomach says, you know what? I'm just turning the fire off. I'm going to stop doing it. So the stomach just dials down the production of your stomach acid. Now you can't cook anything. Wheat, dairy, corn. In my book, Eat Wheat, I take you through a step-by-step process how to reboot your digestive system so you can break bread again. Whole bread, not refined processed bread. That's a toxin. But good whole wheat has been shown for millions of years to be extremely healthy and beneficial for us. So we have to learn how to digest hard to digest stuff again and not just take it out of our diet. It's not healthy. So some strategies to turn the fire back on. Ginger, cumin, fennel, cardamom, coriander, all these spices are phenomenal. You can cook with them. You can sprinkle them on your food, drink a tea with them. Phenomenal. Ginger, cumin, coriander, fennel, and cardamom, 5 spices to reboot digestive strength. Having a big glass of water a half an hour before the meal will prehydrate the stomach lining. And the stomach goes, whoa, there's all this buffers here. See, your stomach is 80 to 90% water. And the water creates a bicarbonate buffer for the acid, which really needs a lot of water. But if you're dehydrated, you don't make the bicarbonate layer, you don't have a buffer for the acid, your stomach ain't gonna make the acid. It ain't gonna happen. So stomach doesn't. So you can't digest anything that requires acid, which is pretty much everything. So we don't digest much of anything, and our digestion becomes weak. We send those undigested foods into the small and large intestine where they putrefy and ferment and bloat, get into your lymph, create brain fog, skin rashes, all these symptoms people have problems with caused by a broken down digestive system, which is fixable. And I do have many articles about this on LifeSpa.com, and I definitely have a detailed strategy in my Eat Wheat book. But some strategies for today: take a big glass of water a half hour before the meal, not right with the meal or 10 minutes before the meal, half hour. That prehydrates that stomach lining, and boom, you have a buffered stomach lining willing to make some acid again. And if there's bile flow down there, you're back in business. You know, it's going to work. Second thing, another thing is salt and pepper. If you're at a restaurant, take a little water, put a little salt, a little pepper, squeeze a little lemon in there, drink it. Those are all digestive aids. They increase your digestive strength. Old-fashioned oil and vinegar. Oil increases bile flow. Vinegar is acetic acid. It increases the stomach acid in your stomach. The two together on a salad starts to amp up digestive strength. Some of these old strategies actually were really quite brilliant. So easy things to do. Please join me, read the article associated with this video on how to perfect your digestion with foods. There's other articles how to do it with herbs, and other articles how to perfect your digestion with lifestyle. So don't miss this 3 series on how to perfect your digestion. Thanks for listening. I'm Dr. John Douillard. Hi, did you like this video? Do you like our content here at LifeSpa? You can subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/John Douillard right here and get this valuable content every week in your inbox.
This recording is brought to you by LifeSpa, where ancient Ayurvedic wisdom meets modern science. Get access to free health video newsletters by Dr. John at lifespa.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.